Hello, and welcome to another day of TA the Degen Way. I just wanted to hop on and do an update on Bitcoin and talk about why I just entered a short position. My confidence level on it is, I'm going to say medium. Till it may get stopped out, maybe not. But here we are on the 12-minute chart. This could be a 5-minute chart, could be any chart. And I had marked out this level, and we'll zoom out in just a second to see why I had chosen this level. Looking for price to come up to it, show some form of a rejection with a sign of weakness. Come down and hopefully come up and retest it. And the best signal that could be given is to break above the high, reject and wick back into the range and get an engulfing candle to the downside, which is what we got here. And at the close of this engulfing candle, I am instantly ready to fire off a short position with a stop loss extremely tight above this high bar that rejected at the key level that was pre-chose, that I'll get into in just a second. Because if it is going to move up higher, well, then I want to get stopped out. The high of this bar is 31,427 and 68 cents. So as such, I'm going to go $5 above that with stop loss, assuming that this was the liquidity grab, and price will pull back and probably peck away at this level for a while. But I do believe that this will likely be some form of a high. Just right off the bat, I mean, we'll pop out to the hourly. Well, what do we see on the small time frame? We got bearish divergence. You got this high. This high is higher. This momentum wave is lower. Money flow is coming down. This is a key level on a much higher time frame, and we'll look at it in just a second. And if we pop back to the hourly, we're going to see the same bearish divergence, the same bleed on the money flow at a key level. So what was I looking for at this key level? I was looking for this bearish divergence on the hourly. I'm looking for bearish divergence on the 4-hour. I'm looking at the bearish divergence on this 12-minute as price pulls into this key level, and then looking for a clear candlestick confirmation rejection pattern on a retest. This is a key high time frame level. If this is going to be the top, the chances of some V top just straight plummet down rejection is literally about zero. And these are the kinds of entries that require no rush into it. This here could certainly come up and stop this out right here. This could be some kind of a cup and handle. Maybe that's what plays out right in this video. Or, just a little mini thing, and maybe we push just a smidge higher and come up here and then come right back down. Well, then I'm going to be looking to short the retest of this level again. Anytime that, if price breaks above here and I get stopped out here, that's a very small loss. It's literally about a fee, with the entry being the close of this engulfing candle. We're talking about literally almost nothing. About 1%. It's nothing. The fee is more. And if you're on MEXC, the fees are almost zero. So very small loss. What do we see about the trend? It looks square. Time and price look square. But this could easily pop up again, because we follow this trend from the bottom to, we could say that it would probably be square somewhere about here, or maybe we come up one more time. But if we did, we would be looking at just doubling this range. Would likely be the next stop. We could take the close prices, putting us at about 31,800 or so, maybe just slightly shy of it. If we include the wick down, gives us a little more room. as the entire range, that would be about 32K. You know, maybe we come right up to that 32K insane unbustable sell wall, and that's where the rejection comes in. I mean, we do have some nice curvature here, still curving to the upside, but if we follow the curvature of these tops here, you know, I mean, we're getting pretty close. This could be the spot. So let's back out and see why this level was chose to look for an entry with bearish divergence and a bearish candlestick pattern on the small time frame. Well, we got bearish divergence about ready to confirm on the 1 hour. We already have one set of bearish divergence on the 1 hour. We have another bearish divergence on the 1 hour. But here we have a lower high on the money flow. I mean, money flow is definitely coming down since we left here. And let's zoom out a little more. Let's go out to the 4 hour. And even if we're pushing higher, I mean, I'm alright with pushing higher. Wouldn't surprise me for a second. You know, I mean, my next long target is 39K with you know, a top long target of 48K. But this is a mechanical decision to short this because we are at the top of this range. This is a large range, you know, follow nice curvature coming around, you know, price. This is the top of the range. And when we are in this little upper, smaller range, you know, I mean, this is one large range, and this is a small range inside, small range inside, small range inside, same thing right here. Excuse me. When we were in this range before, I mean, this is pretty much the high of it. We are literally right at the tip top of this left shoulder. So, I mean, the idea of a massive macro head and shoulders, you know, I mean, is semi-legitimate. You know, I mean, that could certainly occur here. You know, but what would we expect here? I mean, good night. I mean, just to hit it and plummet? No, I mean, we'd peck away at it. And if we take this whole upper price range for months, where is our value area high? Well, it is at about 29,250, 29,300. So as such, I mean, for short targets, I mean, hitting this massive macro resistance here in this area should at least produce a pullback. You know, and if we take this previous upper price range, 50% of it was at about 30,400, 30,500 area. So, I mean, that would be a good first target. Take some profit and de-risk that trade. You know, maybe price comes up and hits it again and stops it out. And then you look for a new entry signal, you know, and this will probably range. I mean, how long it ranges, I have no idea. What do we have on the 4 hour? We have massive bearish divergence. We already had it on this high, and then now we've pushed up one more little bit, hitting this left shoulder high and not quite breaking the high. And I mean, in all seriousness, the bottom of this previous range is our value area high. So even if we're pushing up out of here, I mean, would it not be realistic to come back and test this value area high, or at least pull back to the middle of the range, you know, before people jump off the cliff on somebody who wants to short this? I mean, for easy probably 3 to 5%. I mean, come on, that's a high probability setup that's likely to occur. And if we take the idea that, you know, I mean, if we're pushing down, we're in major neutral territory here, you know. Price has failed to break through the 32K sell wall. As bearish divergence, I mean, like no tomorrow. I mean, a pullback would be normal. I mean, why not look at the normal typical pullback of 50% to 50%? We got to flip our fib levels over here because we're looking for this to retrace to the downside. How much of this swing low, swing high, would retrace? These are the percentages, you know, 50%, 61.8%. Where's the golden pocket? the point of control. So I mean, for short targets, I mean, you don't have to be targeting 23K, you don't have to be targeting 18K, 12K, 8K. I mean, 8K, oh my goodness, it's a higher high, is it not? Of course it is. But I mean, if you are targeting some of those insane low prices that, I mean, I'm certainly open to, but not targeting, would this not be the re-entry of a lifetime? Of course it is. Well, it starts here with this little trade right here, this little 3 to 5% short that gets de-risked. And if you have to enter it again, enter it again, and then you're on house money. And if you want to hold it to 8K, more power to you. I mean, I'll be targeting this value area high, this point of control, and looking, when prices at the bottom of the range, or maybe if the high time frames like the daily, is super bullish again and momentum's way down on the downside at this value area high, maybe it just sits here and ranges around like this. Hey man, I'm ready to rock it through. I might fire a long position from this. I'd certainly fire a long position down here. Even if we were coming down, what would probably happen? Probably get a retrace and a reject, at the value or at the POC. Let's say we come all the way down to 88.1%, the last line of defense. Lines up perfectly with our value area low. So, maybe price pushes on, maybe it don't. But that is why I would fire a short trade here at this level. Why this specific level? Well, because it is the exact high of this left shoulder, and it is the top of this range. All these highs. Did this break out of there? Well, sure it did, but look at all these highs right here. So that's why I've targeted this level specifically at 31 to 32K, right in there, to fire off a short. I was looking to short the retest of this too, and got stopped out. And then we got the fake news, we got the big wick up. I was looking to short this, but was too busy long trading FET, and didn't even pay attention. But now that we're up here, it has my attention. It certainly has my attention. We'll go back to the small time frame, see how our entry is doing, or if we're going to lose a whopping 1% here. Oh, looks good to me still. We're back to the 12-minute, and look at here was our entry. This first small time frame bearish engulfing candle where price wicked. Here's the high. It came up here. It wicked above it, closed below it. Took the liquidity above the high, confirming there was too many sell orders here, and closed below it. The next candle was a bearish engulfing candle. So now, I mean, we're coming up to retest and confirm this. And what does this give you in a price pattern? I mean, it's very similar to some kind of a head and shoulders pattern, And that's if price doesn't break out here. Right now, you got, some kind of makeshift little cup and handle. So we're looking for this handle to fail. And if it don't, well, then it's going to move up one range. One of these ranges right here. It'll move up one range, and again I'll be looking for the bearish candlestick pattern and shorting it. That's if it actually does break out here, which maybe it does. We can come down to some of our smaller time frames. Nice curvature, looks positive for a move to the upside. Could consider this a cup and handle or a double top, but at the same time, it just depends on how this plays out here. Pull up to here, pull back to here, and run. But we'll see. This curvature here on these lows still has room for more upside. So maybe it's a bad entry. Maybe it just rockets on out of here. And I'm not interested in long trades up here. Even if price is going to break to 39,000. If price wants to break through 32,000, I would be interested in longing the pullback. But the long entry is long gone. You know, this is nowhere to FOMO into some long position. The long position is at the bottom of the range. You know, I mean, down here, it's this is long entry territory, or down here, that's long entry territory. This is not long entry territory. If price wants to break through the high, like here's our high at 31,900 or so. Price wants to break above here. There's really enough fuel in the tank, it'll break through. And it'll pull back. It'll make a little itty bitty range here, and then you long that thing. You know, should probably run to 39K, super pump. Certainly could happen. But if it's going to reverse, this is where it's going to reverse from. Making a short trade extremely reasonable to at least to 50% of the, mid-size range that it's in right now. It de-risk that thing, get on house money, and then if it does this, who cares? If it does this, you're a happy camper. That's all I got for you, but we've done very well on our FET trade. Some of us have doubled our accounts on it, or at least done a large portion of it. If you want to join us for that kind of trading, or just live updates and how I'm trading this, and essentially just copy trade it, you're always welcome to join our Discord. There is a link in the description, and it is free, so we would be glad to have you. Or else you can join us on TradingView, where I post a lot of these ideas under Crypto File 622. Also a link in the description. But until next time, trade well.